And we are live. Hello there, hello everyone. Let's see how the stream is doing. So far I can see that Cosmaster is doing something. Yeah, hi to you as well. And that's not a problem at all because, like before, I'll be doing a recording of this stream, so you'll be able to see it later on if you want. That's not a problem at all. Whoa, you can imagine how excited I am to finally start this because, oh yes, when I started building the mansion, and then when I finished and ruined it to the basis, oh, that's like when I really got excited to actually start playing this. And I even got even more excited once I created The Sims. You know what? Let's actually, without any further ado, just jump into the game, and I'll show you a couple of things that we're gonna do today. So, as I mentioned, this is the mansion that I was building, and you might have seen it in the community post that I've made. So this is actually the one that we started last Sunday, close to the end. Then we have a duplicate of it that was kind of burned to the ground, literally and figuratively. So there is a little left of it, and as you can see, the initial mansion cost more than 200,000 simoleons, which is something that you're not really able to afford when you're just starting out. But the rundown version cost slightly less, but still it was like maybe 60,000 simoleons, so we'll be able to see that once we take a look at it. And as you can see, we already have 4 Sims. And why 4, you may ask, and not 2 like I said the last time? That's because I haven't done some of the prep steps that I wanted to do. Because SimP kinda let me down. I ran into one trouble that prevented me from doing a recolor that I really wanted to do. So because of that, I had to spend a couple of hours troubleshooting the problem, and I still couldn't do that, so yeah, that kind of messed up my schedule a bit. But that's not that much of a problem, so we'll be able to do all those prep steps today during the stream. I think this is gonna be even more fun, because this way I'll be able to tell you a bit of the backstory. Like, my idea was to add all the custom memories for all the 4 Sims, and you know, to tell about them during the stream. But I guess it's gonna be more fun to just add them as we go. Maybe you'll get some questions, maybe I'll think of something else. So yeah, I think it's even better this way. So today I suggest we start by taking a closer look at the final version of the mansion, as it was, as I mentioned, like maybe 40, 50, well no, that's too much, about maybe 10 years so before we actually start playing. So yeah, let's just dive into the lot. Oh yeah, just in case, I guess it's necessary to just ask how the stream is doing, whether you can hear me or not. So far I can see that there are no viewers, so there is no one to reply to me, but okay. If you notice that you cannot hear me, please do let me know, and I'll do my best to troubleshoot that. So, this is the mansion that I started building the last time, but since I moved it around in the little hood view, we've got this road in here. Let me just quickly go ahead and remove this, so that we have a better picture of it. Like so. Oh yes. So there has been, or rather there has been one major change and dozens of minor changes all throughout the lot. First, questions to all of you guys. How do you think, how many steps? Wait, I forgot the word in English. How many floors are there in this building? Just let me maybe zoom out a bit so that you have a clearer picture. What do you think? How many are there? Well, we're gonna get that once we take a close look at everything that's going on here. And yeah, by the way, you can also find this little to-do list that I've made for myself, kind of like on a sticky note. That's what we're gonna do as for the prep steps. So we have the add memories step here. So that's for me to go through all the backstories for the Sims that I've created. Then yeah, some gruesome ones that we're gonna kill all the unnecessary Sims. So that's gonna be done as well. Then once we kill the parents of our founders, we'll have to adjust the memories a bit so that, you know, we don't have the double memories of them dying. And well, we'll start playing. So I'm not sure how much we're gonna be able to do today, but hopefully it's gonna be like a full round, because when you're just playing one family, it's not that much. So yeah, that's gonna be really, really exciting. Let me probably take that away for a second and have it somewhere there. And I'll start by showing you everything that I have in here. So first of all, the gazebo that that was one of the first things that we built last Sunday. It now looks like this. I kind of fixed the roof, so it has a more round shape to it, and it's located a bit higher. So I really think it turned out pretty well. Though in terms of functionality, it serves none, just the decorative piece in here, so that, you know, the Sims can then be standing here looking nice and pretty, and I can take some nice pictures of them. And as I mentioned, like, this pond that is surrounding the gazebo is not really like full with fish, so it's more of, again, decorative piece of thing on this lot. So yeah, it serves this function as well, to just be pretty and look nicely. So then I've added this, well, I would call it a huge tree. This is like an average size, because when I was finishing up the like this portion of the lot, I fell in love with the custom content made by Twiki Sims, and she has, or is it she or her or him? I'm not really sure. So they've done an awesome job on creating lots and lots of custom plants, and some of them I even think I'll be later putting on instead of this like ivy. Well, is it ivy? No, it's not. Willow tree. So yeah, I've got a brand new one that's much better. So yeah, this one serves here to kind of hold this these swings that are going to be used by our founder Sims. So yeah, this is like a pretty nice little garden that is next to the pond. Then I just couldn't help but add this little sunroom in here, and I imagine that it was like, in the past it was used by the mistress of this whole household, as she was painting all this stuff, so she was more of a creative sort of persona, and we'll be able to take a closer look at her once we move on to the ruined portion of the whole Let's Play, because there we have all the 4 Sims. So this is like the main living room where all the Sims would gather for dinner and, you know, any other gathering. And the thing that I wanted to add was like a huge family portrait in here. That's like a specific place for it. But again, I ran into a problem that when I was trying to make a simple recolor of a Max's object, the package that I got in the end somehow was just empty. So maybe you've heard of this. If you know like how to fix that, that would be super helpful. But I guess I'll have to troubleshoot that later on in the background and, well, add it later on. But well, you know what? I can actually show you what it's supposed to look like. Just a moment. Let me pull it out real quick. Because like I've created the texture itself. It's just that, well, I was not able to put it into a painting frame yet, which is a shame. So let's see, where is it? So it's just a moment. Let me go ahead and find it. I guess it's gonna be easier if I just open up the picture itself. So I've got it somewhere on my desktop. Let me see. So there is stamp painting, and we've got so is it the portrait? Yeah. So this is the painting that we were supposed to have hanging in the living room right next to the dining table. Well, we'll have to add it later on, not a problem at all. So then, going back to the game, we can see that we have like a little hole. There isn't much detail because, again, I was planning from the very beginning to just ruin it down. So that's why I didn't add much. Because like there wasn't really any point to that. So yeah, that is it. Then we have a small kitchen, but then again, since this is kind of set in something like a 19th century-ish, I'm not sure when exactly, maybe like the middle of it or closer to the end. So we have this thing going on with this nice like stove that is supposed to be connected to this chimney. So like this whole 2x1 square in here serves as the pipe that, you know, helps the smoke to escape the building. And then you have just some basic stuff that helps with any sort of you know, cooking. Then moving on to the second floor. Oh yeah, and here's the spoiler. So this whole building is actually 5 stories. So if you don't count the ground floor, which is like the basement, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and yes, 5. So the attic, which is this room in here, is technically the 5th floor. but that's because I have 2 mock floors. And the reason I wanted to have them is so that these decorative roof pieces are not directly tied to the first floor, because that kind of looks really weird to me. And because of that, I decided to add a little mock floor. And by the way, so all these mock portions are done with Numenor's unleveled wall. Because if I do that with a regular wall, it's just, well, it messes up the texture for the bricks. Then, so going back to the second floor, again we got a small hall in here with a piano and some other activities for all the Sims. A master bedroom for the Mr. and his wife. Again, we're going to take a look at them a bit later. A small bathroom, again without any running water, because this is 19th century. I imagine that people would just be carrying some water from the city well, and then just having it here, maybe filling the bath, and just doing the normal washing with just some buckets of water. And we have a little nursery for 2 of our sisters that we're gonna play today. So we have oh, I don't think, by the way, that I have properly changed the decoration, but again, so that's not an issue. So yeah, that is it for the second floor. And then at the very end we have like a huge attic room with this window. At first I wanted to have like a really nice kind of circular shape window, but I just couldn't find the set that was fitting enough, and by that time I had already done all the decoration with the other window, so I decided to just go with this one, which is like the archway here. So yeah, for now the attic serves just as the room for all the trash that people use, and also as a little like workshop for our like head of the family. And then we have a little porch in here. I think that later on we can use it as a just a place to hold maybe a telescope or some other things that are supposed to go in here. I think we're gonna add a couple of pretty interesting objects in here. And we have just a tiny little like safe room that has like all the valuable stuffs of the family. So yeah, this is how the lot used to look roughly 10, maybe 8 years back, when everything was going fine, the community was thriving. So we had like a family of 4, and there was a third like baby in the family on the way. But then everything changed. So let's go back to the HUD view. And yeah, I will be keeping this lot just for the sake of reference. Maybe like if I decide to recreate what we have now, like as we progress through the challenge, like I want to be able to see what I had before. But I think that mostly we're gonna just improvise and improve on the initial design. So because of that, I will just I will just put it to the lots and houses bin, so that we have this field in here as part of the park before the actual building. And so this is the official beginning of Twinkwing round 1. So let us load the family, currently of 4. So as you can see, the surname of the family is Thorn, and we're gonna go with the whole like plant theme for this family. So our founders have their names. Well, you'll see what their names are, so you'll get what I mean by that. But first of all, let me go and just quickly freeze time, so that we do not waste any of the valuable time in here. And yeah, maybe we can start by quickly going through some of the mods that I'll be using right now, for some of the necessary preparation steps. So one of them is the this time clock that changes the duration of like the whole day. So basically, with its settings, you can make the game run a little bit slower. So I've set it to 70%, and the normal, and of course, 100%. So because I'm playing with the regular, like Max's lifespan, and so that doesn't give you much time in terms of what you can do within your life. Like sometimes it's a good thing, because I want us to quickly progress and change generations like very quickly. But realistically, you may not be able to do much just within one round, and especially just with one sim, if you don't, especially if you don't have any skills like I have with our two sisters in here. Oh yeah, so that's why I changed it to 70. Yeah, so I guess we'll take a bit of a closer look later on, because I want us first to meet our founding sims. So we've got two sisters. There is Rose Thorn and her sister Violet Thorn. They are twins, and I imagine that Rose was born maybe like 6 minutes earlier than Violet, so she is technically a bit older, but again, they are just twins. And so these are their parents, as they would look like in that building we watched before. But something happened to the family, and well, we'll have to adjust the settings to accommodate for that. I believe it may be even smarter to start looking at them, starting with Theodore, who is like the father of the family. So let's do just that. So we have Theodore in here, and so he is like the aristocrat governing this whole Twinquin back when it was thriving and doing well. So as I imagine for him, he has a predestined hobby in tinkering, and so he was some sort of a carpenter who always wanted to, you know, revolutionize the timber industry. So if we take a look at the surroundings, so this whole community is rich with wood. So imagine it would be like really well in terms of the like logging and wood cutting. So that's where he came in, and he wanted just to make money out of that. So when he moved into the this whole community, you know, young, handsome, ambitious, and full of ideas, soon enough he found his wife, which is Dieffenbachia Thorn. And as far as I know, Dieffenbachia is also like a plant. So the whole flower thing going on is gonna start with our mother of the family. So I believe that every female in the Thorn household, and you know, in the whole dynasty, are gonna have one or another name of a flower. So when they got married, soon enough they like our Dieffenbachia here got pregnant with twins, Rose and Violet. So everything was going well, and we can see that actually by the memories of our Dieffenbachia. So yes, she got married, she was really looking forward to being a mom, she got twins, everything was going fine, but then she got pregnant for the second time, and they were expecting a little boy, but something went wrong. Our Dieffenbachia got sick and sadly passed away during pregnancy. So that's where her story will end, and we will have to kill her off. And I imagine that happened sometime around when Rose and Violet were just children. So if we take a look at Rose's memories, you can see that yeah, she got a baby sister. That's the very first memory that she has in her life. Then she again was taught to talk by her mom. She grew up well, but well, then suddenly her mom died, and then like everything went to to hell, because she got into a fight with her father, because her father kind of gave preference to the other daughter, and then she grew up badly because of that, because she kind of felt somewhat distant from the family. Hello there, nice to see you. So she fell in love with some mysterious guy. Because of that she snuck away, but she got brought back home, and at that point our father in the family got like really traumatized because of losing his wife, and so he got really into religious stuff, and like he would not just tolerate her sneaking out with some, you know, low life. So he sent her to, as I mentioned, this says here college, but in my imagination this is like a monastery or everything, which like our Rose would like hate every single thing about it, and she was really happy to be able to come back and start this whole dynasty, you know, from just grown up. So that's what we have for Rose. Let's take a close look at her, because actually I think she turned out pretty gorgeous. I don't know. So I was creating first I created our Theodore here, So he was the very first stream I created in this neighborhood. Then I created his wife, and the two daughters were made like in a natural way, so that they take after the parents. So that's why we can see these prominent like jaw and other features in them. And we can definitely see that Rose takes after her father, you know, with the like very tan skin and like raven black hair, while her sister Violet takes more after her, I imagine, sort of like German mother. I guess that's like the name that gives it away. You know, Diefenbachia sounds kind of Germanish to me. I'm not sure if that's if that is very accurate, but yeah, we can definitely see that juxtaposition, because like the whole theme of this challenge will be just duality, and you know, trying to contrast things as much as we can. So, and that includes both the looks, the personalities, the interests they have, their ambitions. So everything's gonna be pretty much in conflict with each other, but at the same time kind of working for the sake of the community. So going back to our Rose Thorn, as you can see, she has an aspiration in popularity, and her lifetime want is to have 30 successful parties. As I imagine, she is the socialite of this whole community. So her idea of running a great community is for everyone to have fun, to have really thriving, joyful parties all year round, and just making everything possible for people to enjoy their lives. But her secondary aspiration is romance, of course, because yeah, I think that would be really fitting. If you take a look at her personality, we can see that she is really active, outgoing, and playful. So I believe that kind of really ties well with the being popularity and romance theme together. And one thing you may notice, by the way, is that while she is very different from her sister, like in terms of personalities, they both are Capricorns. That's because I have one of the mods, unfortunately I don't remember the name of the author, but they made it so that the personality is no longer tied with the zodiac sign. So, but like I kind of still love the symbolism of zodiacs. I think it's pretty cool to have them differently here. But since they are twins, and that means they were born in the same, it's the exact same time, they would have the same zodiac sign, right? And I mentioned that that happened sometime in winter. So, and why Capricorn? Well, that's because I am Capricorn. So I just call it Marty Stewin, Mary Stewin, whatever it is. But yeah, so both Violet and Rose are Capricorns because of that. Oh, thank you so much. That's really nice of you to say. I'm pretty sure that the challenge is gonna be something special for the channel. And we're gonna have a lot of fun, not only like with the Let's Plays that I'm gonna be posting later on, but also during streams, because I have a couple of ideas for pretty cool, what do you call those? Mini games that we can all participate in. So that's gonna be really, really fun. Then, as you can see, she's somewhere like in the middle of being neat. And as I mentioned, she is a very like impulsive, energetic, and enthusiastic person. And by her father, that was kind of perceived as impatience and maybe like not being serious enough. So that's why when they were left they were just the three of them, the father kind of gravitated towards the other sister, who was more reserved, was serious, and we can see that by her personality. So she's like very neat, just like her father. She's more of a shy person, very serious, and taking everything slowly. So that's why like our Violet and Theodore here had some real connection, which kind of pissed off Rose, which caused this whole drama here in the family. Then one little detail that you can notice is, let me just enter the first person view, is we have a small like horse looking, what do you call that, like a pendulum, not a pendulum, necklace. Yeah, that's because I imagine that one of the thing that the family was kind of known for is raising horses. Maybe like that was not really on an industry level for them, but we're not able to see that. Maybe you've noticed that I had like a little stable right in front of the house in this little section here. So I imagine that's what people would have, at least a couple of horses. And since our Rose was kind of left to herself, all she really loved to do was riding horses, painting them, and just having a blast of her life, even though by herself. And so I think that one of her like primary goals for this whole community would be to kind of start the horse raising business, and just to, you know, be known for raising different sorts of breeds, and maybe starting some races. I mean, like horseback riding races. And I think that's gonna tie pretty well with her lifetime want to have parties. So I imagine that we're gonna have something like maybe city festivals every season or so, and each one of those, if they're successful, I will consider that as just one of these parties fulfilled. I also have, no, let's go just for a quick moment back to the hood view, because I have a pretty cool piece of a neighborhood decoration that I want to show you. That's kind of one of the things that like made me think that we can theme this like roses part to horses. So what I have in here is let me see, where is it? So normally we have this right, so sculpture and column with Bela Goth holding the plumb bob, which I think pretty much everyone has in their hood if they're making a custom one. But I found another one which is pretty similar, like in shape and style, and I believe it was made by Loshdeus, so the author of The Great Sky of Totalitarianism and other pretty amazing neighborhood decorations. And what he put out is, yes, this horse, because this is kind of like an internal meme within the Russian community to have Loshde. That's well, it's a long story, but this is like an internal meme for Russian-speaking community in The Sims. So I imagine it would be really cool to have this sculpture later on, once we establish the horseback thing. So I imagine that we're gonna be building actual like racing tracks, and that's actually gonna be one of the mini games that you'll be able to participate in. So you'll be able to have like your own sim avatars that you'll be racing with, and like I already have like a raw idea of the rules that we're gonna run that by, but I still have to kind of test it out. And before we can actually play that, well, there's a lot of things that we have to do. So for the time being, let me delete that and go back to the Thorn family. So yeah, that is what we're gonna have for the Rose, primarily. But other than that, I imagine that she's gonna be just the public persona of this whole community. So because of her personality, being outgoing, being very active and playful, she is gonna be the one who is talking with other people. So our newcomers, maybe other important people in other communities. So that's gonna be on Rose here. Then, going to her twin sister, Violet. As I mentioned, she has pretty much the opposite, not the opposite, but a very different personality to her. And her lifetime aspiration is, of course, knowledge, because I imagine her being some sort of a scholarly, scientific sort of a persona, maybe slightly towards occult, though I'm not imagining her being like a witch or something, because I don't play that much with Supernatural in The Sims 2, but I imagine that she would be really interested in all sorts of different things that we have like within The Sims 2 lore. So that's why she had this whole thing going on her neck. So her secondary aspiration is fortune, because I imagine she has taken that up from her father, because his primary is fortune as well, and his secondary one was for family. So I imagine that he was really an ambitious dynasty-making persona. So his whole idea for happiness was to create a thriving business, make your family appreciate it, and kind of, you know, pass that on as your legacy, which is like where we get the whole legacy challenge part. And when he was like getting really close with her daughter, he was like teaching her all the stuff that he knew. He kind of inevitably passed on his like interest and aspirations in life. That's the way I imagine it. Even though I imagine that while her father is more of a, you know, overachiever, Violet here is doing that out of her interest. So she wants to achieve as much as possible just to be able to pass that knowledge to someone else. So I imagine that's what she's trying to do here in the community. So she's doing her best to do what she can, and what she can do is actually be very knowledgeable in nature. So imagine that she would dedicate a lot of time to studying agriculture and other, related sciences, just, to do everything possible to progress the way that you can, grow crops better and stuff like that. Oh, that's good for you and Marcy. Really love seeing you two. Where are you? Close together. Yeah, so that's what we're gonna have for Violet. We can actually take a look at her interests, because those are pretty telling as well. So these are custom made. So I imagine that she would be really interested in, well, politics and environmental stuff. So again, she is taking care of her surroundings, her community, this whole lot, as well as all the surroundings, pretty seriously. So that's why she is really interested in politics and environment. And as I mentioned, she, well, took after her father in terms of her interest to money and, business in general. She is not interested at all in entertainment culture, which is something opposed to her sister, who is very much about that. So that's like one of the conflicts that we're gonna have running between them, is that they have sort of different idea for how the community should be developing. Like, even though both of them are pretty ambitious about that, but they have just different ideas on what that entails. So yeah, then we can also see that she is really into work, weather, animal, sci-fi, and I think I should increase her being interested more in paranormal stuff, because somehow I missed that. Yeah, and again, she being very serious sim, she's into work, school, and other serious topics. Opposed that we have Rose, who is really into sports. That's why she's gonna be in charge of horseback riding races and stuff like that, and she's gonna be participating there as well herself. Because of that, she's also very much into animals. And I mentioned that, so we have 2 horses here already. And, well, I have a question for all of you here. Can you guess the names of these horses? So I'll give you a hint. The white one is a stallion, and the black one is a mare. So any ideas of what those names can be? So let me know if you figure that out. So then what else is there that we can see? Yeah, so as far as the enthusiasm goes, again, our Rose is into sports. Again, that's to tie her to horse racing. And I believe that is pretty much it of what we can what I can tell you about the sisters for the time being. So my idea for the whole challenge is to try and play my best to their wants. So I'll try not to force any storytelling, because I really want to be surprised by the game to see what kind of shenanigans we run into based on what they get in their wants. Oh, and you know what? One thing that we need to do next is something that I didn't have time to do, is to add the traits for them. So maybe I usually do that just running into this collection file in here. So let me see, I have a special folder specifically for that. So let's start by doing that for Violet. I won't be doing that for the parents of the family, because, well, they'll be dead by now, so there is really no point. So for Violet, we're definitely gonna have Bookworm, and she is also supposed to be maybe not eco-friendly, but Green Thumb. So where is that? So all of these are alphabetically sorted in here. So Green Thumb is this one, so she's Green Thumb. I imagine that she's also a little bit of a snob. So she, that's to kind of tie that up with her personality of being shy, serious, and not really to the grouchy side, but still not being very, very nice either. So let's see where we have this snob here. So this is no sense of humor. The snob is this one. Yeah, so she's snobbish, bookwormish, and I think we need to have the genius trait in here as well, because I imagine she's gonna be doing all sorts of different yes, this is the genius discoveries, not only in the field of agriculture, but all the other stuff as well. And for the final one, so we get like 3 really awesome ones, then 1 which is more of a neutral. I think we also need something of like a negative trait to her. Let's see, what do we have? So we have the unlucky, unflirty maybe, yes. So she's really not that into the romantic stuff. So let me add that to her inventory real quick. So Bems, 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 Bems. Yeah, so 5 traits for the adult Sims. Then as for Rose, well, we're definitely gonna need this one. So, love horses. Yes, she does love horses. She also needs to be some sort of like a rebel or a hothead. Yes, we have, so she's rebellious. She should also be, maybe not a party animal per se, but she's gonna be more of like a socialite. Oh, how these traits change the way I play? Well, the way these work, so you have to download a separate mod that kind of ties these plates to specific behaviors in the game. But I primarily use them just, you know, for the sake of storytelling. So they're just for me to easier understand like what sort of idea I have in terms of this story. Like I do have some of those mods that actually change the gameplay. So for instance, if we have this, let me find, where is it? It's gonna be like aquaphobic, I believe. So it's supposed to be somewhere. Well, somewhere here, yeah, there's like the fear of, oh yeah, this hydrophobic, yeah, it's called. I imagine that the people, like the Sims, will not gain any fun when they are either taking a swim or they are taking a shower. So like there is no fun involved in that. And there may be like hydrophilia or something like that, which is like is the opposite, when they love just doing stuff like that. Then another example would be just for instance the no sense of humor. So I imagine that when other Sims are telling some jokes to the Sim with the no sense of humor trait, like they would probably be reacting very negatively to that. So this is just one of the examples that you can have there. So going back to Rose and her traits, I will not get her the party animal, but instead, let's see, we're supposed to have something like social, maybe star quality. You know what? I think that's gonna tie pretty well with her, like being the really into horses and just being very flamboyant when she is riding those. Oh, hello there. Thank you. It was really fun for me to work on Dai Dai Donnie. Yeah. So, going back to Rose again, let's see, what else can we add to her? We have, you know what? Instead of this thing, what we have in here, unflirty, let's make her socially awkward. Because I imagine she would be, you know, sort of a Sheldon-ish sort of a person here we have with a Violet, and that is definitely the definition of socially awkward. So yeah, little change in there. But as for Rose, so let me see. Good, she has the romance aspiration as her secondary one, right? So we'll probably need to add something like that. So she's hopeless romantic. So yeah, when it comes to romance sims, by default in The Sims 2, be the romance sims means that you are sort of like a well, a whoremonger. So you go around your household and the whole community, just trying to get as much woohoo as you can. But I don't think that's like romance is well, that much about that. So when I'm adding the hopeless romantic trait to a romance sim, I imagine that they are leaning towards more of, you know, being really a romantic person, sort of a naive when it comes to, you know, how they build relationships. But I believe that we can add to her as well. So she has this very maybe like idealized and naive image of what love is supposed to be, like, which is why she ran away from the household in the first place. And then what else can we add to her? So because she's so active, she's gonna be the one who has a couple of skills in the body. And since I'm gonna be using a lot of Sun and Moon's mods, body is probably one of the most important skills in there, because it governs how well you cut trees, how well you mine different ores. Well, it's just used in a lot of like mechanics there. So I think we need to add something like that she maybe loves the outdoors, because she's gonna be spending a lot of time outdoors, like in the forest, maybe chopping wood. So she needs that for sure. All right, so add in that. Wait, where is my I button? Yeah, it's this one. Okay, by the way, one little tip if you didn't know, you can quickly add anything to Sim's inventory by pressing the I button in here. It can be a real time saver when you're trying to add like hundreds and hundreds of items in their inventory. All right, so then let me pull up this little thing that I put for myself, and I think I will actually skip the add memory stuff. I'll do that later on in the background, because I don't think that's gonna be very entertaining to watch, and especially since I already told you kind of like the basis of the background I have for them. So instead of that, let's go straight to killing moms, Disney style. So for that, I'm gonna be using probably the sim manipulator. Let me see. So we have this kill sim, and she would die of what? Of sickness. Yeah, I imagine that dying of pregnancy is somewhat tied to being sick, right? So let's do just that. So and yeah, she is our adult. Wait. Oh no. Oh Jesus freaking Christ! I think I've misclicked and ah damn, I've just killed the wrong person. No,
Aww.
Violet, please don't die. Oh shoot. We'll have to reload real quick. A noob mistake. So there goes them being really similar in looks. So let's load the family once again. So this is the reason why I'm so obsessed and paranoid when it comes to backups. So like, I pretty much back up my hoods every single step along the way. So like, when I finish playing the game, I just exit the game and back up my hood right away. So, real quick, let's go to back and place all these traits in there. So we had this one for Violet. Then we also had the love outdoor for Rose, horses for Rose. Where is the rebellious thing? So then we had snob for Violet. Oh no. Then green thumb. Where is green thumb? Green thumb is in here. Then genius. Yep, this is genius. And what was the last one that she was socially awkward, yes. And as for Rose, she was also very romantic, like hopelessly so. And what? She was kind of. I've forgotten what was the last one that we've played there. Guys, does anyone remember what was the last one for Rose? The fifth one. I suppose it must have something to do with her being social. But I've forgotten. So she's rebellious, romantic, loves horses, and she loves outdoors. Trait with a star. Oh yes, right. Thank you so much. She is a star quality. Yeah. So I imagine she would be like really famous within the community. Like she would be really everyone's favorite. Like Rose the I think we'll think of some sort of a nickname for her when she starts participating in horse races. So let's quickly add those back. Bam bam bam. And then for Violet. Then, just to ensure I don't misclick once again, let me save the lot. And then proceed to killing their mom. Which is something that's supposed to have happened like 10 years ago or so. So, it's this one. Yeah, I believe the reason I misclicked is that both of them have their hair like in a tight braid. Again, something that I imagine kind of plays into their personalities. So being very reserved, as opposed to having her hair fly like Rose does here. So, Diffenbachia, let me kill you of sickness. By the way, as far as I know, Dieffenbachia as a plant is toxic. So if you try and drink its juice, you can get real sick. Oh no, a very sad moment that happened. Oh dear. You know what, I think that was pretty loud. Let me lower down the sound because I think you'll be deaf by the end of the stream. So let's see. Yeah, I think that's much better. And we can even go a bit lower than that. Probably, yes. For sure, she will wither just like them. So, let's see. Oh, I really love the animation with the Grim Reaper in The Sims 2. Oh, by the way, let me stop the time, because we are Steam. Hello there, Alex! Nice to see you today. So, I've just stopped the timer while we're doing all the, you know, preparation. And, what is this dog doing? I mean, come on, the dog, there is nothing interesting going on under the tail, dude. Oh, and what's your name, doggy? Peanut. So our little Peanut is trying to find something under the horse's tail. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, by the way, Alex, a question to you if you have missed that. Can you guess the names of for the horses? So just a little hint, the black one is a mare and the white one is a stallion. And another hint is that it's a game reference. So let's see if you can get what their names are. And I believe that with the visitor controller, I actually banned the critters. So I banned the dogs, I banned cats, and I banned strays. So why in the hell are we receiving these dogs? That is not supposed to happen. Let me then ban all of them. Let me see, will that, like, shoo the dog in here? Is it doggy style? Well, the stream is in doggy style, perhaps, yes, we can... let me take the screenshot. And I'll probably add it later on. Is it a wolf? Maybe the game considers this to be a wolf, which is why it's still here. Well, it doesn't want to go away. So, we'll have to get rid of you like that. Sorry, doggy. Oh no, so Dieffenbachia has just died and our Theodore is going mad because of that, yeah. His aspiration was pretty low because he was just... He's freshly made out of Cass, so he was somewhere in the lower green zone. Oh, and by the way, I have a little replacement for the tombstones. I believe this comes from Sims 3, though correct me if I'm wrong here. So, yeah, our little Theodore is supposed to be seen like a therapist right now. Is he? So we should be seeing the therapist. Oh, you know what? Will the therapist come if I have NPCs disallowed in here? Let me double check. Do we have? But wait, the therapist is not an NPC. It's more of like an object, just like the Grim Reaper, right? Oh no, I think something got stuck with our Theodore. So he's into a real sort of a meltdown. So what did that mean? That means that I'll have to enter the bullprop testing cheats enabled and try and force an error on him, which is something I cannot do either. Oh wait, maybe that's because I have frozen time? Well, shoot. The game is being really annoying right now. One thing we can do is actually delete him and restore him with spawn the spawner. Can we see the spawner? Again, spawn the spawner. Restore family, restore theater, and here it should be fine. Yeah. Kind of like a workaround, but what can we do when the game is trying to blow up? Ooh. Delayed for 2 minutes? What do you mean by that, Alex? Is there like some sort of a delay on the stream? Because there might be, even though I think I set the stream to be like on a low latency. But let me know if there is some sort of a delay going on. Though I don't think if you'll be able to tell that. So, then, we don't have mom. And I wonder why we don't have an option to transfer this tombstone to a different lot. Do you know if there is why that can be a thing? Why we aren't able to place it anywhere else? Like normally when the sim dies just in the game, you have that option to send the tombstone to a community lot, which is something I had in mind because we already have like a whole cemetery lot right next to the church. So, okay, for now let's keep it in here. Then for Theodore, then we first need to age him up because I imagine that he would die later in his like elder years. So let's do that with the sim manipulator as well. Choose age, elder. Well, that was quick. The clothes are not fitting as at all. So let me just quickly buy him everyday clothes. So there's no, but if later on we get him as a ghost, he's wearing some proper clothes in here. So let's see what sort of a suit he can have as someone. Oh, black and white? Nope. That would be too easy. That wasn't much of a hint on my part then. So, yeah. Give another try and guess the names. But as maybe this is what he could be wearing later in his years. I really like the ones that I had for the adult sims because there's like one that looks really close to like the pastor outfit that you would have. Maybe something like this that I used to have. That I used for my serpent's tail for the grandpa there. But no. Let's see what's gonna be more fitting for him. I don't have much CC actually for the elders because, well, I don't play them that much. You know what? Let's go with it. Ooh, maybe this one. Though he kind of looks like I don't know, like a butler. Well, with the white gloves for sure. So either this, or I want to go with this one that has the gloves on. So he's very, very neat. So I imagine that being very neat makes you sort of wear the gloves all the time, so that you don't get any germs on your hands. So this is how he would look by the, well, at the point of his death. So let me go and kill him off as well. So we're gonna kill him. Hello there, Serendipity. I don't actually know whether the horses are rideable. I have the ones that come with the Sun and Moon stuff. So they are part of the Barnyard Bash catalog in here. So I have the horse mare and horse stallion. Because I want to start the, what do you call that? Like breeding for horses. And I imagine, as far as I know, that is part of Sun and Moon's mod in there. So if you have 2 horses like that, provided they are fed and they have enough water, they should like breed and produce foals. Though I'll have to look up how that actually works, because for now I don't actually know the details of that. But even if they are not writable, I think I will just I don't know. I believe I have one pose box that we can use, you know, just for the racing purposes, to make it look as if they are writing them. So that's not much of a problem, I think. So what was I? Oh yes, I was about to remove our Theodore. Let's do that. Let's kill him, and he would be dying over old age. And I don't think he would get the golden tombstone, so that is fine that his aspiration is in that section. Yes. Goodbye, Daddy. Goodbye. He's even trying to fight the death. Oh, that's always a futile endeavor, dude. Nope. Theaters, there were no items, yeah, and they did not receive any... what do you call that? The money that you get after the sim dies, because I have a mod that stops that from happening. So yeah, now we have pretty odd memories for them, just for the two parents dying like that. I will later on in the background just go and correct the memory so that we have like a whole background here. So, is it about Tarantino horses? No, that's a pretty good guess, but no, that's not. And there was what? Fritz and what was the second name? I don't remember the second name in the Django Unchained. Oh, Black and White. Oh, the Peter Molyneux's game, right? Well, that would be a pretty interesting reference. But no, there is a different reference hidden within these horses. Maybe another hint: the game is has multiple parts. Yeah. Though I believe that Black and White comes in 2 renditions as well, so I don't know. Now, as for the tombstones, I'm not sure why I don't get the chance to move them to the community lot. That is actually a bummer. I don't like that. Let me see. Is there anything that we can do to fix that? Because I would really like to put those tombstones and as urns in their like personal mausoleums. Let's see. Like, I wouldn't want to go and you know, buy the cemetery, put the tombstones in their inventory, then go there. Like, just too much of a hassle to me. I think I have just thought of a use for this whole thing in here. So this is gonna be their mausoleum for the well, for the parents. At least temporary, until I figure out why we cannot move them to the community lot. Alright, so the parents are dead. It is 7 AM. We've got spring going on. So that is now officially the start of the whole challenge. With our Rose and Violet Thorn. So the founding sisters for the Thorn Legacy. Woo! There's quite a lot of stuff that we need to do, because as you can see, this whole lot is in ruins. There isn't much that we can use in here. Try to enter again. Move Graves mod. I believe I do, which is why I'm surprised that I cannot do that. Try enter again. Maybe it'll work. You know what? Let's try and do that. But yeah. So while the lot is loading, what I wanted to say is that the whole lot is in shambles, and like the primary idea for me is to try and restore it, at least enough that they are able to live there and, you know, satisfy their basic needs. Because just as with my Build a City challenge, I have pretty severe limitations. So we don't have any running water, we don't have any electricity, we don't have any food as well, because I have that mod that removes any like food stock that comes with the fridge. So they're gonna have to do everything really quickly to get their first food supply. So, and I have nothing on this slot, so we'll have to go and you know, try to search for something in the forest. And yeah, just basically try and do our best to survive. So let me see. Huh. Nope. And I cannot mourn their parents, even though they are marked as their, as you know, as relatives. So maybe I have some sort of a like a screw up within my downloads folder. So I'll have to troubleshoot it later. For now, I think it's good enough that they are stored in this little mausoleum in here. Even though that was not the initial idea that I had. So what I imagine is that our little sisters, or well, not so little anymore, when their father died, came in here with just the 2 horses, and every one of them was just running their whole their own life. So our Rose was just trying to recover from the abusive monastery that she was in, and our Violet was just working on her scientific endeavors. But having found out that their father died and that the whole community is, well, not doing so great, they had nothing left but to go here and try to save the day. The one thing that we need to do first is, as you can see, I have only 2,000 simoleons. So that's what I have left over after I've purchased this whole lot. And we're gonna use that to just provide them some of the basic stuff. And this is, as you can see, I have lots and lots of items here on the lots. And you may think that I'm gonna use that as, you know, kind of like the starting money. But in fact, what I'm gonna do is every time I delete something, I'm gonna consider that like, you know, clearing up the rubbles, and I will put the where is this object, this little thing in here, you know, kind of to signify that they cleared up the ruins somehow, you know, at least the wooden parts, and they just put it ablaze. So I think that's gonna be like a pretty balanced way for me to work, you know, to work with this whole thing that the lot cost 67,000 simoleons, like, which is huge. Doesn't go in line with my rules for the challenge. But what we do need to place first is this shack. So I do have a couple of tents. So the default one is like this. Then I have a CC that is more of a, you know, triangular shape, and I imagine that it has a couple of nice recolors that, you know, makes it look as if it's like, you know, made of leather maybe, so that it's better tied with the whole Victorian theme going on. Ooh, I really like this one, you know, gray grungy one. So I think I'm gonna put it somewhere in here. You know, I imagine that we're gonna use this part of the lot at first, and one of the first goals that we have is to put some stuff and to be able to place just some walls for them to have a roof on well, above their heads. Because one of the problems with the tents is if it's raining, and it's raining a lot during spring, the Sims cannot really sleep in it. Well, I mean, they can, but they often interrupt. They're often interrupted when they do that. So that is it for well, for the nap, quick nap in there. Then we also will have to place something for them to create some food. And let me see. For that, I will probably need Sun and Moon's functional fires in here. Let's see. So one of these campfires is supposed to have like a built-in. So it's either like works like what do you call that? I've forgotten the word for that in English. What's the word for fireplace? Oh yeah, brain fart. So some of these work as if they are cooking stoves, and some are just fireplaces. So I will need to place maybe this one, and for it to work, I will also need to place the chopping wood. Do I? Yes. So we will have to use that to chop some wood, but we will also need to go into the forest and well, cut some woods there. But maybe for the start we can cheat a bit. And I imagine that they would come with some sort of, you know, supplies. Actually, you know what? Let me just find my really cool set that I had in here and place a couple of cards that I suppose they would come with. So where are those? And yeah, so something like this, maybe. So like they did not come just riding the horses. Maybe they had some sort of a little cart or a carriage. So yeah, probably they would have like you know, this cart with the food for the horses. Let's put it here maybe. And then they would have something maybe in barrels. Or I think I have a better thing to place in here. Because I have this so we have this wagon. Yeah, I think this looks much cooler. And you know, it's something that I imagine you would travel in. So let's put it instead of this thing. I'll just replace it with some other, maybe straws. Grass? And we'll put it like so, you know, so that it's not in the way really. Then we also need a couple of things. It says corn here. Let me actually go to the Barnyard Bash and get something out of there. Okay, there's supposed to be some sort of food. Yeah, so that's what they came with, I imagine. Just like one haystack. Then they would need some sort of maybe food supplies. Well, and this is cow dung, not food supplies. I imagine that I have this pretty nice looking basket. So this is food storage. This is, yes, this one. So this is where they would, or maybe, no, we're gonna have this little one. A little, like, backpack full of supplies. Even though right now it is... can I restock it, by the way? So, as I mentioned, I have a mod that removes all the food stock that you get by default. So maybe, just to make it a bit easier of a start, I can add a couple of food points, so that they have something to eat before they, you know, go around their chores around the lot. So yes, I'll maybe restock it. So if I now... can I? I can't check what it has inside. Alright. So she's able to create only toaster pastry and instant meals, and I will have to later add some food hiders that you know, just hide these labels that they are not supposed to have this early in the game. Like, it's 19th century, what kind of chips are you talking about? Or cookies and juice. So yeah, I'll have to add that later on. Then, what else would they have as their supplies? Like, what would you come with if you just came to the old house that you used to live in, and you knew that it had... that it needed lots and lots of work in here. Probably we need some sort of like a table, right? So so is this a chair? Yeah, this is a bar stool even. So we're gonna have a table somewhere next to this campfire, and I will add so this bar stool, but do we have just like a regular stool? Because I don't want to place this one, it looks too fancy to me. I don't think that's something that you would like travel with. Maybe we have something in this set, which is like the woodworking. We have this. This is a table. This is a table too. Let me see what kind of chairs I have in here. This looks like something that you can fold, right? Set in the environment. Oh, thank you, Serendipity. Tried my best. So to make it look as if it's really run down and they have, well, all the things to do in the world to make it work. So yeah, I imagine that I will do this very gradually. Maybe I'll definitely have to split up the girls in here. So one of them is gonna stay at home doing, you know, all the stuff, kind of like trying to start a little garden. And you can probably guess that it's gonna be our Violet who has interest in nature. And then she's also gonna be like taking care of you know, all the weeds, all the overgrown, you know, bushes and stuff. So I'll mention that she's like taking all the effort to remove them. Oh, by the way, what do we have in here? It's not supposed to be here. 150 simoleons. We'll have to take a note of that. That's I gotta subtract that. And then the other, yes, our rows will be going elsewhere to get the initial supplies. Let's see what our Violet might need to start her little garden and stuff. First of all, she's gonna need some sort of a stove after all. I imagine I have that either in smithing. So we have, yes, this pot stove. I imagine that this is supposed to work like a stove. Yes, great. So now if I have my move objects on, I can make it look as if it's standing on the fireplace, on the bonfire. So that's where they will be cooking their first meals. And the way I'm gonna make this work is that I will only cook if the bonfire is lit. If it's not, well, they cannot cook. They'll have to, well, do with some snacks. And luckily there are plenty of those around the community, so that is not supposed to be that much of a problem. So that is it. That comes for the initial supplies. Oh, hygiene. That's probably the next thing that we're gonna need. So I'm using these be anywhere spots. They are invisible, but the great thing about them is that you can place them anywhere. So what is the place that they would use as the bean spot? Oh, look at the apple. Yeah, there's one thing I need to mention that as well. The name's Bonnie and Clyde. A really good guess. I like that, but not. It's something else. But you know what? I think I like Bonnie and Clyde as an idea for what we can call the future horses. Because I imagine once we get to the whole horse racing thing, we will like make all sorts of nicknames. Like everyone participating will come up with the nickname for their horse. You know what? Let me just put it right in the middle. Not in the middle. I mean in the corner next to the rock in here, because I always tend to forget where this place is, because I just put it somewhere, then like, where was it? And this way I can remember that like it's in the very corner of the lot, and they should be able to get in here. So then, as for their hygiene, well, they will have to do with what? With the buckets that they get. So again, Sun and Moon's mods come with this bucket, and as far as I know, yes, you can click on it and you can sponge bath. So that's what we're gonna use in the beginning, until we have, well, more going on. At least, you know, the beginning of a little like bathroom. So we don't have that at the moment. Then, what else would we need to have? Because we still got quite a few simoleons to spare. So maybe, I know what we need. We need some starting seeds, because I'm using this mods by... Ah, damn it, I've forgotten the name. Is it Lemaire? I imagine like Lemaire was doing it in collaboration with some other modder. So from now on, to be able to place some crops, I need first to have seeds in the inventory of a sim. And those, well, cost really some significant amount of money, as you can see. So peppers are 16 simoleons, pole beans are 16, and so these are these by... I have both mods installed. So the one for, you know, the regular crops, and then the ones for the sun and moon stuff. It's probably like all put together. And for some reason I got duplicate collection files. Ha! Interesting. So, we will need to start with the base game tomatoes, I believe, because I want our Violet to train her gardening skill as well. So this one. So, you know what? In Stardew Valley you get 15 seeds. Let's do that here. So that's something I probably stole from Stories and Strategy, because she started off her latest Let's Play series with 15 seeds too. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 15 tomato plants. And then maybe we can place the seed making station. And I will put some sort of a little like table here as well, so that we have it early on. Do I have like a counter for it? Wicker end table. Will it work on an end table? I wonder. So let me put it somewhere in here. And then I go to the planting overhaul to place the seeds. So that's where she's gonna dry the seeds once she gets real tomatoes, and yeah, that's how we're gonna get this thing rolling. The genre of the game, that's gonna be probably too much of a giveaway, but let's see. It's a game that was first released on PlayStation. I believe for some time it was an exclusive for PlayStation. So then let me place the these things in Violet's inventory, so we can start our garden once we do that. And you know what? For now, let's probably just keep these in inventory. No, it's not from Last of Us. This game that I reference with these horses is probably one of my favorite ones, and it's like very different from the Sims or like simulation sort of games. Like if that helps you with guessing. So then, oh, that's cool. Yeah, because Last of Us, I really enjoyed playing it back when I had my PlayStation 3. I think I have to try and play in the remake for the PC. So let's see. Is there anything else that we need to place right now? Oh, for sure. We need some sort of like a sink, because a sink and even some sort of like a starting little shack. Because I have a mod by Similar90 that prevents you from washing your dishes in the same room, in the bathroom basically. And since we have this toilet here in the corner, the game treats this whole lot as the bathroom. So we will not be able to wash any dishes if the sink is just in here, like in the plain space. Like a weird thing, but I really don't want to remove that mod by Similar90. So let's see, where can I place the little thing so that it's not really in the way. Maybe we can start already to clear up this portion in here. And after all, this was the place where the stables were. So I imagine that we're gonna have like our starting house somewhere close. So like that. Oh no, and that's where all the money went. Well, easy. So let's see, we're gonna use probably this one. Yes. And we are gonna place a couple of logs. Like later on, I will try and build only with the stuff that, like with the simoleons that we get by selling the logs that we first chop down. But for now, I imagine that this is something that like was part of this whole, you know, wagon, not a wagon. So let's see, what is the... yeah, this works for now. So like that, and as for the roof, we're gonna have just some raw planks, like that. And all of that just for us to be able to place something. Let's see. Do we have any things in the water mod? Plain. So one of these things is supposed to work as a as a sink. Maybe it's this one. So, oh, hi there, Julia. Detroit Become Human? No, it's not from Detroit Become Human, though that is an awesome game as well. I just finished it not so long time ago. Yeah, it was really fun playing. So, wait, where was it? Let me try and find the... So the other... I probably have it just in the sink section here. So I have this little nice bucket, but I am also supposed to have these like let me see. So this is the one that we could see in there. What build is this one? So this is the start of the Legacy Build City Challenge, and this is the founding house that we have. Like according to the story that I have in mind is that these two surgical tray, these two lovely ladies in here inherited this abandoned, ruined lot, and they will do their best to, well, to restore it. Oh yeah, I can agree with that. I mean, they are interactive movies, so that's probably what I would call them. And oh, I remember where it is. It's in the metal smithing section. So we're supposed to have like the picture in here somewhere. Yes, this basin sink. That's what I was looking for. So it's gonna work as the sink that they're gonna use to wash themselves as well as to wash the dishes. And we will also need some sort of a counter, perhaps. Oh, by the way, let me brag a little bit. I've like recatalogued all the counters into a separate like a custom collection. So I've sorted it all out by the sets, because one thing that I did when I was overhauling my downloads folder is I decided it was a good idea to place all these like upper cupboards in the same bin as the regular counters. But then I ended up with this mess, like everything just together, and it makes it really hard to see. So then I just went ahead and created a separate collection with just the lower counters and then with the upper cabinets. So kind of like what you have in The Sims 4, and is it the same in The Sims 3? I don't remember. But I really think that this is something like very, very useful to have in here. So, you know what, let's just take this set in here and see if we have any counters. Do we? So we have a table. Yeah, I'll use just a table like that. Alright, so we now have 500 simoleons, which isn't really that much. What I want to do is to have at least 1000 by the end of this round, because what we need is to start attracting more people to the community. And that is done by actually spending money. So imagine, as these are the governors of this whole neighborhood and this whole territory, what they would do is just, I don't know, give some advertisement, maybe really spend some money to attract other people. And the lowest you can go with is to attract one single peasant with 1000 simoleons. Alright, so now to begin with, I think they'll need to take a snack, because their hunger is, as always, when you start the game, is at the middle. And let's see, I've seen a couple of apples that have fallen. So one thing that I decided to put in here is this nice apple tree that comes with the sun and moon's fruits and what? It's something like this ultimate fruit collection. So a bunch of trees, well, probably like an overkill with the trees. And these sort of work kind of like the money tree. So regularly they give a couple of apples that you can collect, and some of them even fall down to the ground that you can pick up, and you can either stock your fridge or you can eat them raw. So let's tell our Rose to go and eat this apple, and we'll be able to see if she can actually, you know, move around this lot, because probably there's there might be some issue with the routing. And as for Violet, we are gonna tell her to harvest apples. Yes, so we're gonna get like a whole basket of them. Oh, one thing, by the way, is that so we have this whole building in here, and it has 3 stories, like 3 actual stories, but technically it's 5, because I have a couple of mock ones, just, you know, to make it look a bit taller. And currently we don't have any stairs, so all these sections are, well, not accessible. So that's another thing that we're gonna be gradually working on. So we're gonna be clearing up all of these rubble, we're gonna be removing the shrubs, and then guess we'll just start with this little section in here. We'll add maybe little tiny wooden stairs, and then we will slowly move to this part, and then like my ambitious plan for the first round is to earn enough to get already into the house, so that we occupy this section in here, so that we have like little production area in where the kitchen used to be, and then they'll have their like living quarters in this portion, and we'll have the rest still sectioned off because it's, well, it's ruined. And yeah, as you can see, there are lots of details like you know, columns laying around, some just missing. This one, it was pretty cool to place it like on an OMSP to make it look as if it, you know, fell down. But unfortunately, I couldn't do the same with these multi-stories one, because you know, the game just didn't want to put them on an OMSP. Oh, so Rose has finished eating the apple. Oh, how much simoleons? Well, all of them, because so the other one, like the good version, you know, the one that I started with, ended up costing 200,000 simoleons. So I showed it like in the very beginning of the stream, and so realistically speaking, it would take the same amount just to kind of restore it. But then, as I already mentioned as well, the thing that I want to do when it comes to restoring is that with all these decoration pieces, you know, with these so like these holes, so when I remove them, I will not count the simoleons, you know, to the like to the budget. Actually, like as I remove, I will place another object that will then light on fire, to make it look as if, you know, they just removed the stuff and, well, are done with it. So, well, it's gonna take a lot simoleons to do that. But the thing with the Sims is that you usually end up with lots and lots of money that you don't know what to do with. So I imagine that's gonna be okay. But I would, you know, just on the top, from the top of my head, that would be like at least 100,000 simoleons. Yeah. So she has pretty low fun. Probably they can start by swinging around for a bit. You know, this is the first time that they came to this house for, I don't know, well, in decades. So I imagine that they would want to, you know, kind of look around, see what's what. And this swings is basically the only thing that is kind of left standing and working. Everything else is just, well, not usable. And as far as I can tell, the apple tree is not accessible, right? Yeah. So let's say that she has spent some time by, you know, removing this pile of trash somewhere here, and she'll probably need to move this block in here as well. So can you access it now? Harvest apples. Yes, she can. Oh, cool. And yeah, we can see that she is predestined hobby is nature. Oh, by the way, yeah, that is also a nice idea. I think at some point I will start doing that, just because of all the tediousness. But what I wanted to do is just for us to have a couple of moments, you know, when they maybe closer to the evening, they are just they've collected a bunch of the wooden stuff. They put it all into one pile and they'll lit it on fire. I think it's gonna be like a pretty cinematic shot to have in here. I'll also tell her to inspect, and I think I'll start doing a couple of screenshots, because I don't think I'm gonna go as crazy with the storytelling as I do like with my Serpent's Tail series, but I do need at least a couple of them, you know, just for the memory. So while she's inspecting the tree, our Rose is raising her fun in here. Alrighty. So let's is in poor health. Oh no. Let's try and tend it. I believe that raises the health of the tree. Yeah, she uses the animation for the crops. Has that helped? No, did not. Well, bummer. So, is there a way that she can push? Because I imagine that they would want to communicate a bit. So, let's see how that goes for them. Because right now, as you can see, they are not much of friends. Again, it's been a while since they talked. And they did not leave, you know, on a very good note when they ended up their relations. So that's one thing that we also have to work on. So because despite of all the differences in personality and, you know, characteristics, they still need to get along to be able, you know, to, well, pull out this whole community. So we'll gradually, step by step, you know, by spending some time on the swings, maybe cooking some dishes at the bonfire, will improve their relations. But for now, like, I have the pragmatic idea of just raising our Rose as fun and social, so that we can send her to the forest to start chopping some trees. Oh, and one thing that I need to buy as well is, of course, the wooden, like the chopping axe, because without it, you are not able to chop trees. And one little thing that I also forgot, well, I mean, it is little in terms of how much you, how easy it is to do, but it's very important, is to add a couple of skill points. Because I have a mod that makes gaining skills a lot slower, and some of them are really, really important for Sun and Moon's mods. Like the Sun and Moon stuff is really harsh on you when it comes to mods. So what I will do is I will put 3 body skills for... Don't I have test on? Oh shoot. Let me then spawn the skill manipulator. So I'll have to... skills body set level. And then for Violet I'm gonna put a couple of cooking skills. Because without them she can't do much either. So this is 3 for Rose and 3 for cooking skills for Violet. Like so. So cooking and body. Yeah. So that's gonna a very humble start for us. Realistically, they should have more, I believe, since they are adults. Though they are not exactly adults. So even though I am running the regular like lifespan, I imagine that they are young adults at the moment, and the way I run my teenagers is that so we have 15 days in total, and I divide that into 7 and 8 days. So the first 7 days you're kind of like in your high school teenage years, and then the other 8 years are either used for them to go to college, because I have another mod that makes like 1 semester be equal to 24 hours, so that makes like the whole university experience 8 days. Or I kind of make pretend that they simply grow up. They have like in their maybe early 20s, and they're considered to be like very, very young adults. So this is exactly what we have with Rose and Violet. Now, just to have a bit more leeway in terms of time, once they reach 21 days till they become elder, I will reset the time. So they have, you know, that they have additional 8 days in their life. Okay. So then, let's, with our Rose, we're gonna go to the forest. Where is that? So walk to lot, community lot, by yourself, and we have a couple of lots to choose from. So we have the raspberry fields where we can find some first berries. Are they experiencing mental swings too? They will, they surely will. I mean, look at the stuff that's going on around them. So for sure they're gonna be experiencing meltdowns and all sorts of stuff like that, especially once they start talking to each other. So we're gonna first go to Raspberry Fields, collect a couple of maybe mushrooms and berries, and in the meantime our Violet can do what? Oh, she did not collect any apples? How come? I was pretty sure she would get at least a couple of them. Well, she did not. What a bummer. Okay, in such a case, let's try and see if she can maybe start cooking something. You know, with the food that they have taken with them. So we have toaster pastries. Can we cook that on this thing? I don't know. So let's light fire. Let's see who's gonna be the first one. Rose going to the community lot, or Violet going to the bonfire. Oh, so there is a logic for the harvest to fail. Oh, I see, cool. Probably it's tied with some of the skills, right? Because with basically all the mods by Sun and Moon, like it's tied somehow to one of the skills. So, okay, so we are loading the Raspberry Fields. And this is, again, another reference sort of a thing, because I'm a pretty huge fan of the Beatles, and they have a very well-known song called Strawberry Fields. But, you know, Strawberry Fields is everywhere. I believe there's also, like, someone's Build a City challenge that is called Strawberry Fields. Like, the community is called Strawberry Fields. So I did not want to, like, to copycat that, and instead we have Raspberry Fields, because that is one of the berries that you can get with Sun and Moon stuff. But before we start doing everything, I need to place the visitor controller. So that's gonna be one of the first things that I'm gonna do everywhere. So I will ban all of the NPCs because I don't need anyone in the town. And in fact, so far there are only 2 Sims like in the whole neighborhood, and it's these 2. Well, technically it's 4 Sims because we have their parents as the dead ones. But as far as the playable goes and the townies, we only have these 2. So we also don't need any critters. So NPCs, critters, and that is... You know, actually, I'm gonna bend everyone so that once we have somebody else, they are not gonna be here either. So this is what the Raspberry Fields look like. And what we have in here are a couple of bushes that we can harvest raspberries as snack. So I'm gonna tell her to do that. Harvest. So raspberries as snack. Harvest raspberries as snack. And another option for us is to either collect them as a basket of raspberries. So that's something that you can stock your fridge with. Or you can collect a raspberry bush. And the way I'm gonna place this is like... Can I hear somebody laughing? Isn't it the song? I thought I heard it, but anyway. So if we collect it as raspberry bush, we can bring it home, and we'll have our own bush grown on our lot. And I think we'll have to do that, but I'll do that only once per visit on the lot, because otherwise, if I collect all of these bushes and I plant them on the lot, it's like gonna break the balance pretty soon. So we're gonna collect this one bush, and the rest we're gonna just collect as a snack. Ooh, somebody has just disappeared. As snack. And then we can also collect a couple of mushrooms. Well, and I don't think we will be able to do that on this slope, but we should be able to do that here under the pine trees. I don't remember whether I've put some poisonous ones. So wild dom, so these are edible ones, cool. But some may be poisonous, and that is actually pretty dangerous, because if you touch on the poisonous mushroom, like you get your needs very lowered, and well, it can turn into a disaster. One of the test runs that I did when I was coming up with all the rules is I kinda blew it up by picking up poisonous mushrooms and then dying of hunger because of that. And is it me, or has she just reset somehow for some reason? I don't like that. So she's got 3 mushroom snacks. Then we can take a bit more raspberries, so that she can bring that to... so she can bring that home. And I think that I will be running my community lots at 100% speed, so I will not be using any time clock adjustment. At least I think that for now, because I want to feel on tip of my toes when it comes to the balance, and I really want to have this feeling of urgency that we need to kind of min-max what we are doing and in what order. Because if I just change it to 50%, I think the game would become too easy. But I'll have to think about that. That's like still open to some suggestions, and I'll have to maybe adjust it as I go on. So for now we have 5 baskets of raspberry, some raspberry leaves. I believe we can use that to prepare some tea. Interesting. Let's see. Can we harvest maybe another? Oh well. That is not accessible. Is that accessible? Well, she has to work around. Yeah, this is gonna be the final one. Then let's go to another community lot. So this time we are going to the forest because, well, you'll be able to see what I have in the forest. It's one of the things that we will have to visit a lot too. This is probably going to be one of our most visited lots early on, because this is where we're going to get our building materials from. And once again, the very first thing is for me to adjust visitor controller, spawn adjuster, and I will remove all the NPCs, all the critters, and, well, everyone else, because I imagine she would be coming to the forest by herself. So, she has wood axe. She has 3 body skills. Let's first collect bird nest with eggs. So I imagine that that's something that she would later use to prepare some omelets. And then she can collect branches as well. So then I'm gonna maybe I'll just go around first collecting the eggs and branches, and then we'll spend the rest of the day just chopping some wood. But maybe not all of the day, because we also need to get some oh well, there are so many trees. We will also need to get some water for them to be able to wash themselves and just wash the dishes as well. So this is, well, I thought I had more trees than I placed. Well, is it like 3? I imagine 3 trees in total on this forest lot, which isn't much. Okay, then let's count down 3. Oh yeah, and I have chosen Rose for this purpose based on the fact that she is very active. That means that she will be able to gain body skills much faster. And in general, based on her personality, like I think that she would enjoy just some time in the wild. One thing that I should probably have done is placed her horses like in the inventory, because I imagine that she would take one of the 2 horses to, kind of gallop around the community. That's definitely something that she would love to do. Maybe later on I will start doing that, just placing the horses in her inventory and just placing them in here, to kind of pretend that the horse is just, following her everywhere. So I think that's something that's gonna look pretty nice on pictures and, in general. Well, it's really gonna take some time for her to cut it down, with only 3 body skills. Alright, so we have cut down the tree, but also we need to bucket. That's gonna take some time too, and I imagine that's, well, early on in the beginning we'll be able to only get maybe 1 tree at a time. Oh, that is a shame. So let's see. How soon she's gonna do that? Well, it's already 6 p.m. and I really love the lighting mode that I have. I don't imagine which one it is because I was choosing between several ones. This can be one made by Dread Pirate probably, though I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, me too. I wish it was easy to chop the tree. But it will become easier as she skills her well, body here. But for now, oh yes. Oh no, she's really running low on energy. But the good thing is that we got, what? 2 logs. That is actually pretty awesome. Because log by itself, like as the raw material, is one of the most expensive stuff that you can sell. Which is kind of bizarre with the Sun and Moon's stuff. Just let me send her to the village well. Like normally when you have some sort of a crafting game or a survival game, you have this progression that you have like a raw material, then you have something that you make out of those raw materials, and then you have like a second tier of the stuff that you make out of the first tier one. And like and each step comes with a progressively higher price that you can get. Like imagine that you get raw wood, then out of those raw wood you get planks, and out of those planks you get like a chair. So each and every one would get progressively more expensive, and unfortunately with Sun and Moon stuff that is not always the case. So for instance, if we have this log by itself, it's cost something like 500 simoleons, I believe, maybe like even 600. If we turn that into a couple of planks, it's gonna turn into like 100 simoleons, which isn't enough in the beginning. Like if we sell just the planks, we're gonna, well, it's gonna take us a lot of time to rebuild the whole community. So let me ban the NPCs, the all the sim types, and the critters. And I came here just to gather some water. So fetch water. I was thinking to, about coming up with some sort of a limit of what, how many water buckets I can take. But I think 20 is enough. Like I was thinking of tying it to the body skill, like the beefier you are, the more water buckets you can carry. But then it's gonna be pretty tedious to maybe calculate. So for now I'm just gonna, like this one is an unlimited ones, but again I'm just gonna take the maximum 1 time per visit. So we have now 20 buckets of water in our inventory. So I imagine that's like was the entire Rose days. So it's 7 p.m. and if we now come back home, we should see her back, well, only by evening. So like she was doing all this sort of stuff during the whole day. Well, a pretty rough start, but an important step that we need to take. If our Violet needs like a bucket of water, I think I will just take it out of Rose's inventory here and place it on the lot, because realistically I imagine that Rose would just take 2 buckets in her hands, go back to the community lot, go back home, place the 2 buckets, then go back to the well, and going back and forth like that. Now, it's not like she's carrying all the 20 buckets on herself, at one time. So probably we can take maybe a couple of them right away. So like maybe like 6 ones that we can place in Violet's inventory. So let her have those there too. Now let's see, can we make some breakfast? No, we cannot. That's probably because we do not have any counters. That's my oversight. Let's see if I can add some wooden one that looks really shitty. I have one that comes with the Buggy Boost niche set, and I have a couple of wooden colors. So this one kind of looks like a table to me. Maybe we can make it look maybe if we place it somewhere here, we can pretend that she has just placed, just this board here, and will she be able to prepare something there? I'm not sure. Well, we'll have to see about that. Maybe just like so, that we have, you know, a little like overlap. Well, we'll see. So for now, can I make the only thing that I can now prepare is toaster pastries. And let me double check one thing, because I am pretty sure that I was using some food hiders. I'll have to see if I have them in place right now. Because if I have, that is an oversight on my part. So there's gonna be food. Oh no, everything is supposed to be pretty much cookable. All right then. Oh, you probably can cook only the toaster pastries because it's only 10 in the morning, right? And omelet has some sort of requirement for this cooking skill, and our valet is probably not good enough yet. All right. So then let's pretend that we are. I don't know. She has some pastries in there too. Like, how difficult would it be to just, I don't know, fry some bread on the bonfire? And you know, this animation looks pretty good. Like, it's pretty convincing. So she's gonna take just one plate. And you know what? I think I will not be using this like group meal variant that much, because we do not have any like fridge to store it in. Like, I don't want to cheat and, you know, place the plates into this backpack, because I think that like gameplay wise it's not that interesting to me. So I would much rather make her prepare like this single plate, spend more time on that, building some cooking skills, and then maybe I'll do the group meals once Rose comes home, and if we have like a spare sim that they're gonna invite, you know, for dinner. But for now, yeah, let's maybe then have lunch. Well, no, we will not be making TV dinner. So instead, let's make single plate of another toaster pastries. And let's eat that as well. So now the reason I put a couple of buckets into her inventory is that I have a mod that makes it like a requirement for you to have some water to be able to take a shower, take a bath, or to use a sink. So any sink, whether you are washing your hands, if you're getting a drink, if you are cleaning the plates, you need to have, I believe, just one bucket for that. So let's check that out. So we have 6 buckets. So if everything works right as I imagine, she is supposed to. Oh, I guess that is an option too. You know, to just throw them away, or wait. She says that it's not accessible. Where is she trying to go and place the plates? Huh, interesting. And let me delete that. Maybe she can't do that because like we have a door right next to the table. No, just for the sake of testing purposes, I'll put another counter in here, like another board. I'll just copy the ones that we already have. Ah, I'm not able to do that. Let's see, where was the wooden one? This one. And we'll place it. Oh. Well, we cannot place it on a counter like that. So only on the table. Interesting. Okay, I don't really like that. Let's see if she can actually access the sink. Yes, she can. So maybe then I'll have to manually take these plates and put them in the same room. Oh, that is gonna become really annoying very soon. But you know, the more reasons for us to start working on the house and clean everything up and have, you know, a full-fledged kitchen in here. So, are you drinking some water? Yes, you are. So let's then put them in here and try then to clean them up. No, she's still trying to go somewhere. And I'm not sure where she is going. Alright. I believe that these trash piles that I put serve as like a trash can, so you can put all sorts of trash in them, including the plates. But with the similar 90s mods, she is supposed to prioritize like actually washing the dishes. Yeah. Well, alright, we'll have to think how to address that later on. Oh, wait! I think I know what the deal is. I'm using the arch in here and not a full-fledged door. Maybe that is the reason why she's acting this weird. So let's try and replace it with this one. Will that help? Because I did not have this problem when I was early tasting this. Yeah, something weird going on. What a bummer. I'll have to troubleshoot then in the background, I believe. Oh no, I deleted something that I did not want to delete. In such a case, let me command her to go and, well, satisfy her bladder needs. Can't we do that? Wait, for some reason I cannot tell her to do that either. Anywhere women. Huh. Oh no. It feels like my game is dying. It refuses to do what I tell it to do. Let's try then to place another one somewhere else. Maybe in this corner here. Okay, this time she can. Then probably something weird going on in this particular corner. So we'll then have to remember that this is our like shitting spot. Alright, so then once again. And then I think I'm gonna tell her with the Macrotastics mod to dig for stuff for some time. So where do I have that? So macro. Huh. Why don't I have the Macrotastics menu when I click on the sim? Just a second. I should have it somewhere in here, probably. Or maybe I have accidentally removed it. Oh, that would be a problem. Because I really enjoy playing with Macrotastics. It makes like digging for stuff a lot easier. Well. Yeah, that seems to be the case. I've accidentally removed the Macrotastics. Ha! Or have I put it in here, perhaps? In my Machinima folder? No. Okay. I have accidentally placed on this mod, which I think may have been a bad thing. Yes, Alex, you were right. I should have saved before that. Well, I hope that nothing was gonna be broken because of that. So, I'll then just manually command her to dig for stuff. Like that, you know, the old school way. Okay. And let's see, so I imagine then this, the horses' names. You are very close with Resident Evil. Again, another hint is that Resident Evil was made by the same developer as this game that I reference with the horses' names. But no, it's not Uncharted, so it has nothing to do with Naughty Dog. But yeah, you are getting close with Resident Evil. So it's a Japanese game, yeah, made by Capcom to make it easier. I'm not confusing anything, right? Resident Evil was made by Capcom. So what has she found? She has found some rock. So what I imagine that she's doing now is that she is clearing the rubbles. So the number of like findings is the number of objects that we may remove. And in this particular case, since she is doing something with these dirt piles, I imagine that I will just be deleting those. And they cost quite a hefty amount of money. So we have 40 simoleons just for one. Maybe I'll just speed it up and just then remove them in bulk. Okay, we found some salt ore. Nice. So I will also like use those as maybe like some useful findings that she got as she was, you know, digging through all those piles of trash. Because I do imagine that there are some goodies here hidden somewhere, and I even know some particular ones. Because if we take a look at the attic, we have a couple of objects. So we have this chair in here, we have even a bed and some stuff, and then we also have this safe in here with a different chest. So nobody knows what's inside. But once we restore the house enough so that we can access the attic and this room in here, well, they're gonna get a bunch of goodies. I'll probably like do a roll for that, but I'm not sure. But we'll have to decide later on. We also have a couple of spare parts lying around. So like these are like the things that you use to make some barrels. And I also have a couple of wooden components, I believe. Yeah, so we have them here. Grab wooden components. But nothing else, like everything else is pretty much junk. Okay. And by the way, if you take a if you listen closely, you may notice that Violet here is voiced by Jerry Lawler. And the other sister, so Rose, has the other voice type. So she was voiced by Zoe Galvez. I deliberately tried to have them different voices, so you know that if they're having a conversation, we can very easily tell the difference who is speaking and who is not. Though I should probably have swapped the like the voices. So I would much rather have Rose speak in the voice of Jerry Lawler and Violet have the voice of Zoe Galvez. Because I think like they'll be a bit more fitting. Well, yeah, quite a few holes we have now because of this. Another like benefit of having microtastics is that you have only one hole to fill. And it's way easier than to clean up. So she's found some bone, she's found well, lots of other stuff. But for now we'll just keep it in her inventory, I believe. So she's running low on hygiene and she's running low on energy. So let me see. Am I able to place a bucket in here? So if I place it under the table, will she be able to access it? So sponge bath. Let's see. Oh, and I forgot to remove the no sensor mod, so we're gonna have to use this bush to cover her. Yeah, so the bucket is accessible, so that's nice. cool. I really like when it's working out like that. Oh, thank you, Alex. To be honest, I was kind of surprised that it got as many views as it did, because it wasn't that hard to do. Like, I did not spend much time doing it, and I was really thinking that it's gonna be like the rest of my update videos, where I say that, well, I got a new bunch of like previews made, but turns out that adding a couple of you know, lore-friendly like details about The Sims really makes all the difference. And it was really a joy for me to find all those you know, videos where like they had this movie and then they were you know, rehearsing, doing the improv job. So yeah, there was something for me to research. And oh no, wait, why did she come back? She wasn't supposed to come back until 7 p.m. Ah, so I imagine that that's because of the 70% like increase. Well, I'm so sorry, Rose, and I believe I need to turn the free will back on, because I removed it when I was just doing the prep work with The Sims. Oh, I'm so sorry, Rose. I didn't mean to do that. I do not want to neglect you. Well, that is the first passing out during this playthrough. Okay, maybe then, can we wake her up? And, so please, yes, wake up and go and take a nap inside the tent. Though you are very hungry, you need to do everything else too. Well, that is unfortunate. So she's now sleeping. Let her take a nap. While our Violet wants to take a nap as well, so I'll command her to do that too. So they'll do that until the evening, I believe. Yep. So that, you know, we are somewhere at least around the middle, so that we can tell Rose to, you know, fulfill all the other needs. That's not you, you. And then she'll gonna have to take a sponge bath as well. In the meantime, can we prepare anything interesting? No, I don't think we can. This time around, I guess I'll prepare the toast to pastries. And it's time for me to remove a couple of... so I imagine that there were like, what, 8 findings? So 1 pile I've already removed. Let me remove 7 more. So we're gonna remove this one. So 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and do we have anything in here? Yeah, we do this one, so maybe let's remove this one. Yeah. And that is supposed to be enough for one of these things, right? So I'll be placing that, and once they are done, you know, raising a couple of their motives, I will light this on fire. And also we'll lock a couple of wants. So I will definitely want our Violet to get level 4 in cooking. And we also need some sort of a bookcase. That is actually... I think that I need to place a couple of books that I have like some like functional book piles that I can use. I don't remember though which ones they are, because I have a bunch of decorative ones. And is it like this one? No, it's not this one. Well, I definitely have the books that come as this like shelf. Hmm. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't remember which one it was. There was probably just one single book that like serves for, you know, learning all the skills. Oh, and as you can see, I also got a couple of decorative objects that usually are located in some other areas, like in the decorative miscellaneous, because usually this section gets cluttered like very early on, especially if you download lots of decorative stuff. So to kind of help with that, I decided to recategorize all the decorative stuff that I have within my downloads folder. So some of them were just hidden behind collection files, so they are not accessible through the main catalog. And some were just placed in some more fitting areas. For instance, the stuff that I have for the bathroom, I put them in the miscellaneous category here. So like all the soap. Let me put on the lights. So like the soap, all these objects. So everything that is more fitting in the bathroom. So some things like towels go to the showers and tubs, because usually I place those when I'm just decorating a bathroom. And this way it makes much more sense for me when I'm just browsing through the catalog. But going back to the what's the knowledge place here? Yeah, let me just place probably. Oh, this is like a foliant. It's too big of a book. Is this? No, this is just purely decorative as well. Yeah, but then this comes with this downside that you do not really know which one is functional or not. But the functional ones got these like plus cooking, mechanical cleaning stuff. And I have this, what do you call that? Shelf. So let me put it then. Somewhere on the wagon, like that. Yeah, wait. Oh my god, it cost like 250 simoleons. Jesus. Okay, well, I'll take that. Alright, so I guess it's pretty difficult with the horse names. I can name the game itself. Maybe that way you'll be able to guess the names themselves. So would you like me to do that? Let's see. Oh, so she's still sleeping. Our Rose is... Oh, and it's really dark in here at night. I mean, I can't see anything. Well, part of it is just the lighting that I have here around myself, but I guess I will need to place a couple of torches. Like, I wouldn't want to waste my like firewood on the bonfire, but I think that realistically they should have, I don't know, at least one one measly candle in here. Maybe this one or the big one. I guess I'll just use the cheaper ones. So let's take this like gray looking one. So that's at least a little bit of light in here. So then for Rose, I think I will have to log her want to make a friend, and well, I believe that the first friend for her is gonna be her sister, and well, though they are pretty far from that. Oh no, oh no. Then she wants to buy a shower or tub. That is a good one too, because having a shower will also help us to raise their comfort. Now, as for Violet, she wants to gain another skill, and she also wants to have a shower or a tub. Well. I think this one's gonna come sooner. Oh, and one thing, by the way, about the aspiration points. So for now, we already have some, right? Is that I'm gonna incorporate them into my whole tracking system. I think it's like maybe a good time to go and take a look at that. So if we go to my tracking sheet, my regular mind map looking one, so I have lots of things that I'm gonna track. So some of them are gonna involve our community lots that I'm gonna use. So for instance, I have a bunch of like industries that they can invest in, so they can put some money in there and get some interest in return. But other than that, we can use the aspiration points to kind of signify the level of happiness in the community. So I call that the prosperity. So prosperity like comes in, can be divided into two parts. So first is the oh, hey there, Ed, nice to see you here. So the first one is the actual money that you can just imagine, like donate to the community. So like the simoleons that we already have in our budget, we can just using the mod donate it to the community, and that will raise the prosperity level that I have in here. But other than the simoleons, we can spend our aspiration points for that. Normally I don't use the aspiration stuff that we have in the game, like none of this is really that useful or interesting to me. So what I will do is I will take a rate of 1 to 10 and I will just count that as like simoleons. So that means that 1000 aspiration points is equal to 100 simoleons. That way, like the happier you are in the community, so like the more ability you have to fulfill your needs, like the more stuff you are more willing to do around the hood. So like that's kind of the way that I imagine that's this going about. So I think I'll do that like once per round. Like I will not be, you know, just counting those every single time they get some points, but once per round, I think it's a pretty good idea. And I'm gonna do the same for the rest of playable sims that I'm gonna have in the hood. Like they will not be actually playable, but technically they will be placed in the hood. Partially because I want to be able to go in there lots and you know, subtract those aspiration points. Let's speed this up a little bit. And I think, you know, we can play somewhere till about midnight or maybe deeper into the night and call it a day somewhere there. So we'll light the first thing on fire, maybe take a couple of screenshots where they do that. And I'm thinking that's gonna be pretty symbolic and cinematic place for us to wrap this whole stream. But before that, yeah, let's take care of our needs. And once they do, right, so you can wake up and you can wake up too. Yeah, I do hope that she will not just be herself right now. Come on. 2 motive breakdowns in one day is just too much for me. No, 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 no. So they're making some meal. Do I wish to save my game? Of course I do. Freaking love that mod. Saved me a lot of headache. Then I imagine that the rest of this round I'm gonna be shooting in the, well, not in the background but just in a regular let's play format. So and I'll be posting that just as I did with my Serpentstale Chronicles. Well, not Chronicles, but Serpentstale Let's Play. Whoops. You are not seeing anything. She's not naked in there. I mean, she is, but she's hiding behind the bushes. So then, once you finish with that, go and... oh no. Where is the plate? You can grab a plate, grab another one, and you can grab another plate too. Yeah, so once they finish taking their meal, we will light the thing on fire. And I think it's gonna be pretty good place for us to end. Well, and I don't really like the fact that they are... While they're communicating, they get only the minuses. Well, that's partially because of the fact that they have like almost opposite interests. So like very few topics they can talk about that are gonna, you know, work. So they can definitely talk about politics. So let's try and do that. Rose is losing enthusiasm in sports. Oh no. That is... oh. So, our Violet is doing this thing because she just, I don't know, tries to put the the plates in the trash pile. Okay. While you're here, you can go and, you know, just squat in there. You can then take another plate. He doesn't want to? I guess I'll need to place this fix that... Oh no, I have... I believe it's Rhinuses or some other modder hack that adds a like reaction to bad weather. So like we did not... Sims cannot just stand idly if it's raining or if it's snowing. It's a pretty harsh mod for a challenge like that. You know, when you don't have the roof above your head. Oh, which is, again, even more reasons for us to do our best to fix this house as soon as we can. In fact, you know, well, we've got what? We've got 2 logs in our roses inventory. Let's see, how much do they cost? 250 and 250. That can probably be enough to place a couple of stairs that would lead to this house. And I imagine that that's something that they would be able to kind of figure out by now, right? So we can place probably one here, and I'm gonna use these I'm gonna use these stairs, I think. So here goes one, and here goes I think it's gonna lead somewhere. I can't see anything, to be honest. I would imagine it's leading from this corner to this place, but then we need to remove this fence in here, right? Yes, like that. And I think that our Violet would have removed this bush by now, right? So we can remove that as well. Okay, so we have some access to this portion of the house. So maybe let's move the table in here. Like, I don't think it's worth moving the tent yet, but at least the table so that they can eat, you know, in a calm atmosphere. So can you then eat? Let's see. Yeah, so you can step up and have access to this portion of the house. Oh, I think I need to take a screenshot of this as well. Poor girls. Oh. Are you talking, by the way? I don't think you do. Doesn't seem like that. Alright, so you finished eating. Let's see. I will then tell you to go in here. Same goes for Violet. And we'll light this thing on fire. They will probably... Oh no. They will probably interact for some time. And it's gonna be a pretty good finale to this first episode, I think. Oh, she's pulling some weeds. What a nice girl. I mean, I love when they are just so enthusiastic, and this probably comes with her neat trait, as well as her green thumb trait in here. So, let's see. Come on, light it up! Oh, yes. Tell stories, wow! Oh, I did not know that there is such an interaction here. This is so cool. Let me find the best possible kind of shot in here. So we're gonna have the 2 horses. We're gonna have the print screen. Oh yeah. Yeah, I wish them luck too. Because they are in a harsh environment. So they're just maybe talking about how harsh it is gonna be for them, how much more they need to do, how annoying the the rain is, and how soon they need to fix up the roof, because it's simply like not possible to live under the rain. So what else? Again, rain. So again, all their talk is about rain. That is so cool. That's probably because they have some interest in weather as well. And some more weather. Come on, girls. Can we just tell stories? Tell stories and change the topic to something like politics? Because that is something that you are interested as well. I mean, both of you. So, can you change topic? No, you can't, unfortunately. Ooh, one other thing that is really, like, really dangerous is the lightning that we have during spring. Like, because the rains are so plentiful, it's really easy for us to get hit by lightning, and that can be, well, that can cause some unexpected death. So when it's raining, I will probably try my best to have them inside, so under the roof. Oh, so that I can, I believe about the ways that they are gonna be making some money. And I imagine that they would have a lot of quarrels in this, because their ideas of what to do in the community kind of differs a lot. So since Violet was like raised by her father, she probably like inherited his business-like approach to doing stuff. So she's more like a industry-oriented person, while Rose is more of a like what do you call that? Entertaining persona. So she thinks more about she thinks more in terms of like easy money, as opposed to working hard and gaining more, applying some sort of strategy and stuff like that. So that really looks nice. So where is Violet in here? I would really want her to join her sister, because I don't think it's that well that they are not friends yet. No, you can do that later. So let us then just talk, chat. Oh, come on. Oh, interestingly enough, we can wash the holes in the in the walls. So because these are technically windows, we have the option to kind of wipe them. That is fun. So let's talk gossip. So will she accept that? Yeah, she does. And they are gossiping about their deceased mother. Oh man, how dare you, dudes. So maybe share interests. Let's try and work a little bit on that. So Rose is telling about music, because she is really into that. Right? That's entertainment, right? Whoa! And Violet takes that pretty well, even though she has like no interest in entertainment whatsoever. So then we can probably what? We can chat, just regular chat. So we can probably, well, I wouldn't want to hug for now, though. Can they? Oh, she even accepted, despite being very grouchy. That's cool. Let's family kiss. So again, I mentioned that just having this fire in here. Ooh, a large pile of ashes. It's kind of like the bonding moment for them. The place where they kind of realize that after all these years, they don't have to quarrel. They don't have to argue that much. They don't have many quarrels left. Like all of that is in the past, and they can really start the new page from now on. And well, the page is pretty shitty and in shambles, but at least it's a page. So not everyone gets one, but they do. Then I guess you can. I wouldn't want you to sit on this floor. I imagine it's really, really dirty. But I think you can tell her about mechanics, and you can tell her about well, twice about mechanics. While Rose will do the same, but about sports. So she will be telling about the horseback races. I think I have ideas of. Are these icons default replaced? Yes, these I believe were taken from The Sims 4. And I think it's available on Mod The Sims. So yeah, I just like this one a bit more because I was pretty bored of the default ones. Oh wow, look at this level. How come we got this far already? I mean, did they do so much in just little time? Huh. Maybe let's try that one once again. So tell her about mechanics. How many points did that give you? Come on. So we got 48 over 30. And by the time they finish... Woohoo! Well, it's not much, but still. She is friends towards her. And yeah, that satisfied our Rose's want to have a friend. That is so cool. So she wants to have a skill point. That is awesome. So we can work on her body skill a bit more. And I'm pretty sure she will naturally gain one as she is chopping down the trees. So that's cool. And yeah, she has all the all the romantic ones. So to flirt, to learn couples counseling, to go on a date. And I hear you, Rose, but that's not gonna happen that soon, because for that we'll have to attract at least one person, and we'll need at least 1000 simoleons for that. So, sorry. For the first round, there's just gonna be the two of you girls. And she now has 4000 aspiration points, which is equal to 400 simoleons. So by the end of the round, I will convert all the aspiration points into simoleons here in the prosperity metric in here. And I will then use those prosperity points to either attract other sims, so they can be used for that, or I can use them to purchase some community upgrades. So those points can be used towards buying something like a water tower, maybe a telephone line later on, wind generators and stuff like that. So it's not only about the money at this time. So, and I'm thinking to apply the same kind of approach into my Build a City challenge as well. You know, once we unpause it and get back to Build the Serpent's Tail once again. Well, but for now, you know what? I think we can call it a day. So it's 4 AM. Usually this is where we get what? We get the time progresses in terms of the seasons. And the next time I'm gonna see you probably in the next round, so it's gonna be spring, I mean during the stream. But before that I'll be posting a couple of let's plays, standalone videos. So this is where we're gonna wrap up. Thank you everybody for joining me today. It was really fun to play this whole day like this, as opposed to, you know, having it in the background and then thinking of how you're gonna edit it later on. So there really is something special to, you know, this live experience and being able to interact with you as we do so. Oh, and by the way, yes, we haven't gotten to the horses' names. Do you want me to spoil you the names? Or shall we leave it till the end? Maybe you'll want to think about that in your free time. Let me know. And yeah, I think we will leave it for now. So if no one posts that in the comments to this recording on the channel, then I'll just announce the names during the next round, or maybe either during the let's play or during the next stream. So yeah, thanks again everyone. Good night, good day, whatever you have in there, and see you in the next one.